Hello and welcome back to Ascension. In this episode, I want to start preparing things to head to the end and fight the Ender Dragon, which is going to be a lot more difficult than in normal vanilla. But anyway, before I get into that, there are a few things I need to recap. Pretty much one thing, you might remember there was a bunch of armors in here and here that were just kind of not so good. Like I had more diamond sets and stuff, but I don't really need that because I have Therium and Sinacite. So I actually went ahead and smelted them all down to resources. You might know I have a good bit more resource blocks and such around now, but that's why. So pretty much using the fusion furnace over here, I actually set up the other mithril one down here and didn't have it pipe, but I used it and I could smelt down. Usually it was like adamantium, iron, gold, or whatever here, a piece of their armor, then a piece of gravel and some coal up here. For diamond, it was lava buckets and I forget if it was coal or gravel or something else. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I had to do. But I smelted down a bunch of, whoops, the wrong chest. I smelted down a bunch of that stuff. So, yeah, I have more resources and also cleared up the stuff at the spawners, like the various ores and armors there, sort of thing. So, yeah, I salvaged all that. Also, I revised my enchantment room a bit, mainly because I just didn't like how this was, sorry about that cut, but yeah, I didn't really like how this side was sunken into the wall, but this one wasn't, so I also didn't like how it was just kind of oddly the bookshelves here with the teleporter, or the down elevator, I guess it would be more, end porter. So yeah, I revised this. It still goes to level 30, it still has all the same sensors, but, or, you know, I probably say that weird. I say it more like a sensor, not a sensor. I'm not sure how to pronounce that differently. Anyway, but yeah, also the village. I think it's in here. Yep. I want to go show you that. I've been terraforming it, and there is also something else. Oh, it's almost night, but I don't know. Let's just head there at night anyway. So yeah, pretty much I terraformed this whole area, and oh god, spider. Not like it was much of a challenge, but so I terraformed this entire area. If you look on the map here, you can kind of see what I did. I kind of changed how this mountain over here slopes, and I was pressing the wrong keys. No wonder I wasn't running. And I kind of built a preliminary wall around the village. It's not done yet, but this is kind of my idea. It's 2 wide in here, and it goes up 4 tall. And then at the top here, I'll have, or I currently do have, some wood planks, and down here it's a wooden floor. So we come up here, kind of see how I sloped it around. The idea is that this will kind of be a lookout wall. I still need to light it up and finish it. Then inside you have the actual village. This is going to be a pit of doom because, yeah, I heard lava and I finally found where it was coming from. So that's what that's going to be, a pit of doom. Is the sun going up or setting? I cannot tell. It looks oddly bright now. I don't know, maybe it was nighttime and I just came over here. That seems more likely. Also, you have a pretty good view of the base from over here and it looks pretty cool. I don't know, it looks better if you're up higher. But, yeah, and, oh, whew. I thought I saw something, but that's where the gate's going to be, and I don't know, this is just the general idea I'm working with. I want to have like a trading area, bazaar, whatever you want to call it, where there's like villagers each in their own little pens, or not really pens, but like booths, like different wool-colored tent sort of looking things, I guess. I also want to have houses so the villagers all have places to live and possibly even breed more. And I want to have animal pens, and of course the Pit of Doom. And this I was thinking of being like a little beach area, probably using glass so mobs can't swim in. But I don't know, just like a more relaxy area of the village. I don't know, seems kind of silly, but just something I've been working on off camera. I probably will continue doing this more off camera though, so yeah. And just to note, I was actually considering building a chicken farm here this episode, but I probably won't have time just because I want to keep this more short and I want to work more towards the end instead of just building villages and not saying towards too much. But anyway, so yeah, pretty much what I do is probably make it receded in the ground with a ladder to get out, just so the chickens don't get everywhere and don't have to worry about gates as much. Like put a fence around it with a gate and then a ladder going downwards and then a pen of chickens. I just throw my eggs in the pit to spawn the chickens, then use seeds to breed them once they grow up, because let's just head back now because I think you saw enough of that, but have a lot of eggs and a lot of seeds, so that's something I was looking into. I'm not sure if it's actually far enough for my base that it won't be chunk loaded, but yeah, that's another thing. Also, you might have noticed the other thing. On my map, it looks like my base has yellow dot pox. I'm not sure what you'd actually call that. And you also might notice there's no torches anywhere. That's because I finally did the invisible lights. Now if you look in here, I used to have a lot more glowstone, and yeah, I used this wand, and I would change it to show you where they all are, but I'm not sure if it's causing lag or not. I don't know, it just might be me, but it seems like things look a little more choppy when I run around now, and I think revealing the lights could make it worse. but I did it for most of the base already, and I don't know, it looks a lot better. It's just bright all over now instead of having, you know, torches all over in some dark areas still. But, I don't know, it could be causing lag. If anyone knows what could be causing lag, if it's possibly even the village over there, or the way I did these lights, let me know when I look into resolving it. Because, I'm still not sure how well the light blocks will transfer over. They should work without the mod, but if I ever want to reuse this base elsewhere, even in vanilla, I don't want to have a huge issue. So I might look into replacing some of the lights with glowstone when I do like the final update check things. But yeah, pretty much lights all over this place. And I think the only areas I really didn't do were the farms and like the basement teleporter room and just outside. See, these still have torches. But everywhere else has the new invisible lights. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy with how that turned out. Okay, so for this episode, I want to start preparing stuff for the end. I probably have to do some more off-camera between episodes. Also, I still didn't name those few new items there. I'm planning to work on that. And speaking of naming, this is still a bit more off topic, but the Battle Pig down there, I want to actually name it Battle Pig. I have the name tags. I might do it this episode. I might not. But actually, I need to grab this as well. So, pretty much, I need to work on enchantments because I realize I'm still missing some crucial enchantments. This bow, while it's good, it's missing one thing I really need for the Ender Dragon. Poison would be nice, but I do actually have a poison book. It's just in the blue name glitch version that I'll need to convert over in creative. I'll probably do that off camera. But there's another enchantment I'm dying to have. It's Explosion. It makes the arrows have a small AoE effect when they're fired, and this will help greatly in the end, mainly to take down the crystal towers that heal them. Or heal the dragon, I should say. So, pretty much there's a few ways I could do this. Gas tears, but I don't want to go far more. Lightning powder, I don't have a lot of that, and I know that's used in a lot of enchantments. Well, silverfish blood and sacred eyes. Actually, where did I put all those sacred eyes? I think they're in here, actually. Yeah, I don't have many of them, though. I got a ton of silverfish blood, so I think I'm just going to go and use that. And I actually want to just grab some more books, because I know I don't have too many back there. But, yeah, so let's just see if we can get this to work. And, you know, 30 levels when I put it in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that should be the max boost it needs for this new enchantment. And, Smite. So I guess I'll be doing this a few times to see if I can get it. So let me just grab more levels and we'll try again. Okay, so I have another 6 silverfish blood burning. And I just realized I made a little mistake back there. This doesn't give us Explosion. It gives us another enchantment. Nope, that's not the one I was looking for either. But pretty much Explosion, I actually didn't list what that gives, or I have it listed just not in my notes in the other window. So this one though is for Execution. It's a very vital enchantment for boss killing that I'm kind of surprised I didn't get sooner. I think I do have it maybe on some weapons or such, but when I was grabbing the good enchanted gear or the, you know, like some like gold or leather stuff that wasn't horrible enchanted, I realized, oh yeah, I never got Execution. So that's what I really want to get. Pretty much it makes my swords deal more damage or anything it's on, but it's only swords by default, I think. But the weapon will deal more damage the lower the health the mob is, so however much health has missing. So on mobs that have like 1,000 health, it starts dealing a lot more damage. It's actually not that helpful for the Ender Dragon per se, because I'll probably be using a bow, and even then it doesn't have a lot of health, because it's hard even if it's 250 health, I think it is, so I didn't bother buff it. If I did, it wasn't by much. But, yeah, so this doesn't seem to really be helping much at the moment, I'll say, but part of the problem here is that with books, you have such a wide range of enchantments to begin with that it's hard to narrow it down, and I haven't been paying attention to how many levels I've been using, so yeah. But I probably will grind levels off camera and work on getting the other enchantments. Oh, we actually got it! So, yeah, that took a while, but, let's see. Also, I just realized, Fire Protection, that's a max book. So that should go there, and I don't need this one in here anymore. Execution, that should go here, I think. I don't know, I was reordering these, and these are the ones I'm kind of missing. But yeah, I do have Poison, I'll need Fire Aspect too. Like I said, I could always change these into its proper versions off camera. Steadfast, I think that was another one I actually needed. Or at least I didn't have in a book form. I do have a Smite and Bane and Anthropos though. So, yeah, just put those in there. Okay, and I think I know what gives us Explosion. It's probably going to be this explosive powder. I feel very hesitant to use it, so I think I'm actually just going to use 3 and try it, just to see if we can get it. Okay, so I'm just going to try 3 of these powders, just because I know the explosive powder gives a lot of high-end enchantments, but the thing is, it gives so many that getting explosion is unlikely. See, we just got power. I know we already have a power book, I think, over here, so I'll just throw that in there. Yes. So, I don't know. I don't want to waste all my stuff getting explosion. TNT probably works too. See, this is being kind of, or me being a bit silly. Also, we have a ton more levels, so I don't really need to worry about running out this episode. So I just want to try enchanting a bunch and getting the enchantments I know. But I'm more guessing what I would have put as the things, because these are mod enchant. Okay, well, I think that loud sound's gone. Something flew overhead, and well, you probably heard it because it was pretty loud. At least I could hear it with headphones on. But yeah, I'll just burn 6, but pretty much these are mod enchantments, so I had to pick what items worked for the enchanting. Knockback. Actually, I think I did need a knockback book, so not too bad. I'll just try more, because we do actually have unlimited gunpowder with the creeper spawner. So let's just keep trying this. But yeah, so pretty much I'm guessing what I would have put as an item to boost certain enchantments. Because actually, I probably should have clarified this if you weren't familiar already, because I haven't done it too often. But by burning items in these sensors, it will increase a chance of getting certain enchantments based on the items burnt. Oh, punch and knockback. So those were definitely things I put for TNT. Maybe I didn't use TNT for explosion for that very reason, because it already worked on punch, which does seem likely, because that's what I tried to do. I tried not to make 2 items give the chance for the same thing on the same weapon. So like knockback and punch both are boosted by TNT, but you can't get knockback on a bow, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm really not sure what to try now, because I'm pretty sure, like I said, I wouldn't have done that. I just don't have a lot of these powders, and that's kind of the thing I'm worried about. So yeah, I don't know. I want to keep enchanting though, but there's other enchantments as well. Ice Aspect's another one, along with Frost. Remember, I did get Frost on the bow actually, right? Yes. But I actually never got Ice Aspect, and I have a bunch of Freeze right, and I know that will work, or it should work anyway. Also, sorry for having a bit of cuts there, but I'm still feeling a bit sick, or I am feeling a bit sick. Not really still, it's just my sinuses have been bothering me. It's the cold season and all, or just generally cold, not as in cold as, you get what I mean. But yeah, but Freezerite should be boosting Cold Touch, Ice Aspect, Frost, and apparently Aqua Affinity. I don't know. But so let's just see if I can get that real quick before I try moving on to another one. We already got Execution, so we're doing pretty well, I'd say. And oh, Ice Aspect. So okay, we got like 2 of the new ones I wanted. Now let's actually try for looting, because I don't think I ever got a looting book. I think I have it on a sword or 2, but I don't have it as a book. The problem is I forget what I gave for looting. It was either probably diamonds or lapis or both. So let's just try that real quick. I know this is a bit more trial by or fire, almost like combat. You know, a bit of more just test and see. But I don't know. It's kind of fun this way. And well, what do you know? We got looting. So we got looting. We got Ice Aspect. We got Punch and Knockback, which I think were also ones, and Aqua Affinity. I was missing all of them. So if we look in here, you'll see this is kind of where I have armor exact enchantments. Like this, these only work on certain parts. So that will go there. This is armor in general. This is our miscellaneous. I still need magnetism as well, which will probably be meteorite. So I'll try that next. This is like sword general. And I did have a knockback too, so I don't need that. And this is more sword exact. Oops, actually that would go there because that's a vanilla one. And that goes there because that's Ice Aspect. So I got all the special weapon enchants, even though that's an axe, not a sword. Besides Fire Aspect, that's the last one that would go there. And here are bow. And I do have a punch too already. Okay. And here are like tool enchants. So that's just kind of how I have it organized, in case you were wondering. So yeah. Okay, so now let's try for magnetism. Another book I really like because, well, my good sets of armor, I don't think many of them have magnetism, and I don't get it either. I don't know. It's possible I even typoed for one and being meteorite chunks instead of freezerite. Possible, but unlikely. But still. Well, not too unlikely. It's just, I thought I would have caught that by now because I did double check. But, you know, I did copy and paste a lot. I might have copied it, planning to change something and didn't. Projectile pretension, not bad. I actually don't have too many meteorites in a chip form. Oh, wait, the actual meteorites would boost better than the meteors. Or the chips, probably. So I didn't think about that. But yeah, like I said, I did configure this. I just don't remember all this off the top of my head, and I didn't put it all in my notes. So yeah, it's kind of understandable, though, because there's like 50 different enchantments, and that's not what I enchant. Smite again. Oh well, let's just try once more before I give up on magnetism, just because I don't want to waste all my levels, books, and meteor shards trying to get magnetism when I already have a good bit of magnetism gear. So, I don't know, it's just another thing I want to try and do before I end the series, get one of each enchanted book for cloning purposes. But I am kind of cutting into my levels now, so I have to be careful. And, yeah. And knowledge. Wow. That's actually one I needed still, right? Yes, it is. So knowledge goes there. Frost, that's another one I needed. That's projectile protection, which is another one I actually didn't have. So now I have a few more protections, and Frost would go around here. I'm not sure where exactly. They do have an order based on their IDs and such, but I don't really know it off the top of my head. Because once again, lots of things that are hard to remember, even if you made the mod pack. So, yeah. I don't know, let me just review and see if there's anything else I want to try. Okay, for I think what's going to be our final round of enchanting, I'm going to use Poison Glands. Can you guess what this gives? Well, it probably will actually give acid, but also poison, and I got Feather Falling. That's not weird at all. I already have Feather Falling though, so I don't know. Let's just say that's the final one here because I'm running low on books actually. I probably do have a bunch of leather. Actually not, oh yeah, there it is. Probably not enough sugarcane now. But as you see, I'm pretty much out of levels. Yes, this is the last level 30 enchant I even can do. Oops. There we go. Exactly level 30. Doesn't look like I have one experience over it. That's pretty good. So, okay, that's pretty weird. Sorry for that bit of a cough thing I just did there too. But, oh, and... Huh. So apparently I threw these books in here for some reason. Like I said, the blue name ones are glitched. So I think I should keep them separate. But I didn't know I had poison already. Do I actually have poison? Oh, there's one there. That's why I did it. But yeah, so I can get poison if I want because my rule for this is these were supposed to be gold name and they don't really work as their current naming. But they were supposed to be a gold name book and work properly as an enchanted book, but they didn't. So I just spawned them in creative if I need to. Like, if actually, like with Cleave, I got a Cleave book. It was, you know, from a ball strap. So I earned it. It was supposed to be a working book. It just wasn't because I messed up in the mod pack. But yeah. Anyway, I think it's time to move on to the final thing for this episode in preparation for the end. Okay, so for the final thing of this episode, I want to use these, the Adventure Diaries. I'm not sure. Oh, these are actually listing the page because I already read them. So I'm going to go through and try and read the entire Adventurer's Diary now so we can get the lore set up for heading to the end. And then I also want to see if I can make the Ender Compodium yet and use the knowledge fragments just because, well, they're taking up chest space for one. But yeah, let's just start. Okay, so I think how this works is this is page 1, but it opens up to page 2. So any of these will read all the pages. So let's just actually unlock them all because I only need 16 pages, I think. So, yeah, let me just go through and unlock it, then I'll read it all. And, yeah. So, yeah, it does put up there. So, as you see, we should have page 1 through 9. Then we put another several down here, and this should get us all the way to 16. So, then I'll read the entire Adventure Diary. And I'm sorry if you already read this or know this, but I actually never read all the way through this before. And, okay, so now it seems any of these will work. Even these probably. So, you know, it's just I already have all the pages, so it doesn't list what page I have. So I actually think I'm just going to put all these back in here because I only need one apparently. So yeah, I wish it just kind of turned into a more complete book instead of just saying or staying Adventure Diary. But that's what I have. So now if I click this, I can start from the beginning and read it all. Okay, so before I start reading this, I probably should say what it is. This is something added in the Hardcore Ender expansion that you find in dungeon chests and such. I also made sure they were still in chests when I bounced the chest loot. But this is kind of to set the lore for the end and kind of give a bit more background and backstory, mainly for the Hardcore Ender expansion, not just the vanilla end. But yeah, so let's start. Also, this is probably written from the perspective of someone else that went there before me and not me myself. But yeah, so here we go. This could be it. Finally, another stronghold. Maybe this one will be more fortunate. And it was. After months of searching, there I stood with the Ender portal before me deactivated, but still there. I also should note that I'm probably not the best of just reading something because it's easy to get words mixed up, or at least, you know, hard to read on camera. So, yeah, There are a few empty slots for missing ender eyes. Thankfully, I had enough on me that it activated. I hardly stood there for a second before plunging in. This was the moment. I was finally going to kill it. After what seemed like hours, the dragon was dead. I nearly died at the very beginning when I destroyed the first crystal. No one had told me that they dropped a bomb when you do that. I knew that the Enderman wouldn't take kindly to me destroying the crystal, but I guess the crystals didn't either. Although I killed it, I was still poisoned, bleeding, and close to death. There are holes and craters dotted around the end where the Ender Dragon had swooped down toward me. The floor is littered with strange purple essence that I picked it up and examined it. I decided to keep it with me, but I didn't enter the portal just yet to go home. With my head down, I carefully walked over to the egg now lying where the beast fell. After examining it, I tapped it with my sword and all of a sudden, it seemed to feel safe. Maybe it would be possible for me to... My mission here was complete, yet the adventuring blood in me stopped me from leaving right away. I glanced around the end. What caught my eye was a smaller floating island dotted around the main one. Upon closer inspection, the small island had weird cave-like holes containing patches of strange purple powder. Maybe it was the same thing as the purple essence I picked up before. Perhaps this is the raw form of the same material. After jumping back through the portal, I took off my backpack to take out the purple powder to examine it further. However, it had all vanished. Even stranger, my collection of ender pearls had started glowing. Perhaps the purple powder had done something to it. I visited the nearby village the next day and showed my pearl to a scientist. After taking a quick look, he told me that they gained special abilities. At that point, he also noticed the essence I obtained from the dragon, glanced behind him, and leaned in and whispered that he's got something special. Downstairs, he rummaged through a chest and took out a weird block. It looked similar to an enchanting table, but instead of a book, it displayed what seemed to be the dragon's essence. He said he didn't know what it was and wondered if I could figure it out. When I got home, I placed down the altar. The moment I did, all the essence I had was swallowed up by it. I carefully walked towards it, but as I did, my armor and sword both got repaired. I wonder what else this altar can do. It's been a few months since I last wrote in this, but I feel this is linked. This morning I went caving, and in a dungeon I found what I thought at first was an ender eye. However, this one was purple. When I got home, the egg started shaking as if both objects were connected. I picked up both and went back to the stronghold with the end portal and jumped through it again. The purple eye of Ender started vibrating again. In a massive puff of smoke, I was teleported to a bright temple that looked just like the stronghold's portal, only a room made out of pale stone. Before the portal was a black pedestal. I placed the egg on top it carefully. The last thing I remember were the eggs slowly floating upwards, then a cataclysmic explosion. I woke up in my bed. Today's the day where I slay the beast. I've prepared all my items to have my Eye of Ender. Now it's time I find and activate the portal. So, yeah, that was the full Adventurer's Diary. Sorry if that took too long or whatever, but yeah. So pretty much that sets a lot of the lore for the end. So, pretty much the Ender Dragon is going to be harder, as you could tell. There's something about the dragon essence and the altar that do special things, and there's other islands and things to explore. I kind of know a bit about the mod, but I never played all the way through with it, I guess you could say. Like, I did stuff on test worlds. I know that it adds a bunch of stuff to the end. I know about the bosses. I know how hard they are because I explored around creative before, but this will be the first time I actually done it on survival. So, yeah, this will be interesting to see. So, also, if you're wondering, I'm smelting up a bunch of stone here because I use, like, all my stone bricks on that village over there and most of my stone. So, yeah, also had an abundance of cobblestone. I always can turn back on the generator if needed. So anyway, the Ender Compodium. Let me look into that real quick before I end this. Okay, so I forgot about this. I know it before, but the Scroll of Darkness and Ender Compodium have the same recipe, and it defaults to the Scroll of Darkness. So I'll have to change the recipe off camera for one and make it off camera or something. But yeah, pretty much my plan is the next episode, we will head to the end. I don't know why I opened that. I might also make the Ender Compodium first, but we're going to head to the end portal thing. I have a whole bunch of Eye of Ender. We're going to the end. We'll fight the dragon. Yada, yada, yada. I'll work on getting more enchantments and levels and stuff off camera and applying the enchantments to our armor and gear so we're ready to fight the Ender Dragon and hopefully not die. And yeah. And after we beat the Ender Dragon, well, hopefully we beat it next episode, but afterwards we'll probably come back to the overworld, do some more stuff, maybe like the village over there, waves, head back to the Erebus, I don't know. But I do have more to do in the end besides the dragon now, so I will be working on doing that over the next few episodes before the series ends. And like I said, I'm thinking around episode 55 is probably when it's going to end, but we'll just have to see how much I have to do. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and until next time, goodbye.